Yes, if I confirm, it's your boy Foxy P in the building. I like your boy. The chopper of them and the fryer of plantain. Yes, 1995, 1999 Gidigbo champion. The first Igbo governor of Lagos State. But once I yes, can I say yes, we fit. Yes, but I confirm. When in doubt, show that breast.
Yes, Father confirmed. Welcome once again to another episode of Africa Today Show with your top Foxy P in the building. Holla at your boy, chopper of them and the fryer of plantain. I want to appreciate when I die. First of all, for all the amazing comments you guys made in the last video. You know, I've been asked one question though during that video. I asked what was different about my appearance, something I had never done before. And I appreciate everybody that responded. You know, you had Tumi and Infonubia. They talks I know where Yaren. Mo been talks I know where bow tie. Wale been talks I know where bow tie. I know where my fila, which is the hat. Soldier been talks say I know where glasses. I know where bow tie. I know where cap. But the interesting thing is actually like two people actually hit me up offline. So I want to appreciate two amazing people who said I know they follow this show for a very long time. Dr. Obino all the way in New York and Lavi, the LIB warrior here in Maryland. So then I ain't get that already. The dog say, not be waiting, I know where, because I've had different videos. I've done tons of videos where I know where my earring. You know, I had the, if you guys remember the Africa Today show that I shot when I went to Dominican Republic, probably like 3 or 4 years ago. You know, I didn't wear any earrings in that one because I was out there on the beach. I definitely didn't have any tie on. You know, all these episodes what I don't wear t-shirt. Sometimes I don't even wear filler. Like the Independence Day one I didn't even wear a hat. I just wore a t-shirt. So it's not even a t-shirt. Many times I've done the video without wearing any glasses. You know, so that's not the case. The thing that was different about how I appeared in that video wasn't what I didn't wear, but actually what I wore. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, I've never worn a regular tie since 2010, April 4, 2010, when Africa Today show started. I've never ever wore a regular tie. So that's not the difference, you know. So appreciate in a way, get the answer. There's no gift. I don't know where you guys heard this. In Gambia, they actually had like a coup. A coup happened late last year. This was kind of like, it's one of those things that's underreported. You know, Jammeh, now the guy with the lead Gambia, we talked about him several times on this show, how he's trying to oppress gay people and things along those lines. You know, so basically they had the coup plotting and everything else. It was put together by the presidential guards, and I've talked about this on Africa Today show. Every single time we coup they happen, it's rare we be seeing other people with the outside now when they do the coup. Most often than not, now people with they inside your into the people will say they follow them. When they chop your food, instead they will bring their own plate. They say no, come and eat from the same plate with me. If you think about the history like Nigeria that I know about very closely, of course you know say if you look back on all the coup, people will do every single coup. Now always the in total guys, people will could go on. Murtala Mohammed them and all them being boys, them being own guys, gone. Then think about Murtala Mohammed, of course, down at Dinka and all those animals, down come on these ones. Then after Shagari, Buhari enter. Who cool Buhari? Ibrahim Babangida in toto. People will be saying you break bread with these niggas every single day. Now you come cool. So basically that thing happened, but it was unsuccessful, you know. And those guys are gonna run into Guinea-Bissau. So right now in Gambia, they still find those people. But as the guy will lead the whole thing one corner, they don't already buy the guy. But the other guys, they escape go Guinea-Bissau. So that's an ongoing story. Also, we're getting the news from Nigeria that Boko Haram been trying to take over another town for that Maiduguri area where they call Bill. The town of Bill is a big town, a major town, one of the biggest towns for that Borno area. So Boko Haram is trying to consolidate all of the other towns before they come collect Maiduguri. They tried to do it, but 41 of them were killed by Nigerian soldiers. So Corporana Haka, because you know, it's very easy for us to say when they don't do right, but when they do good, please, it's very important that we appreciate them for the hard work that they do. It's not an easy thing to be fighting this war on this level. You know, it's never been easy. And I want to appreciate every single person. I see all of the comments. Man, see where they champagne, you know, I see where you yourself, right? You know, shout out to all of you where just comment. Amazing comments. You guys were really on top of your game with the comments talking about is Boko Haram being backed by the government. Even on Facebook. I don't know whether you are following the Africa Today show page on Facebook. You know, facebook.com/Africa Today Show. Also, we recently bought the domain name, so africatodayshow.com. That one, I don't even know what we do with that. If anybody did it, we get website skis. I want to take over running on Africa Today Show website. I don't even know what we're going to do with it. A person just tell me, say, yo, buy the domain, and I'm like $12. It's cheap. Go ahead and buy it. Talking about contribution, person may ask me one question, Marvelous, you asked an amazing question on one of the previous videos. You were like, Foxy P, talk about, you know, Buhari and Jonathan. These are the people that are running for the Nigerian election. Talk about them, let me know. I'll tell you this. Somebody has done an excellent job. Excellent job. Her name is Adiola. She does the thing for Sahara TV. She did an amazing job talking about the different presidential candidates. This was when it was wide open, when they had all the APC people running and everything else. She said some things about certain people. Atiku, for instance. I didn't even know that Atiku cannot even come to America because it's actually wanted by the American government. Him and his wife are actually wanted by the American government. I didn't even know this thing. So she actually did like almost like an 18-minute video talking about the different candidates. I don't think I could do a better job than she did. So I think it might be better for you to just go watch, and I'll put the link below so that way you guys can watch it. Because, you know, I feed off of the knowledge of others. So if I already fed off her knowledge, instead of coming here to regurgitate everything I said, I mean no. It's better for me to just direct in that, put that in that direction. However, there's a lot of things going on in Nigeria in terms of our candidates. I'm not here to tell you who's right or wrong. I think we dwelled on it a little bit in the last video. But the interesting thing is there's a big thing going on now where they say Nigerian our policy says that you constitution says that to run for presidency you need to have a school leaving certificate. School leaving certificate, different interpretations. School leaving certificate, to me, I believe school leaving certificate means that you finish secondary school, which is what we get SSCE JAM. So Buhari, who is running for election, has not provided his certificate. So people are saying that he might not be qualified to run for this election because he has no certificate. Forgetting that this man, this is the third time he's running for election. So the first time they don't disqualify him, the second time they don't disqualify him, the third time now they really want that certificate. What did you look at the first two times? One question. The second question, the man says his certificate is with the army. Now, I don't know why it's with the army. I can't really tell you. They say, oh, during one coup that they plotted against him, army ransacked his house and they took all the certificates, blah, blah, blah. Nonsense. I don't care about that. The thing I'm getting to is this. If you truly believe that a general in the Nigerian army does not have certificate, something is wrong with you. You could make the argument and say, the rules say submit your certificate. If you don't submit it, that means you don't have it. You understand? That's a good point. That's a good argument. If you want to make the argument, you can go right ahead and I'm right behind you on that. But for you to now be saying that the person is uneducated, that's silly now. We have to run away from stupidity when it comes to what we do as human beings. This guy graduated from the War College here in America. We said when you graduate from War College in America, they give you a diploma that makes you, that's like a master's degree. The War College here in America, of which they ended the plaque. In name they the plaque. So it don't matter. Person even one recently, person even just sent email to the school, and in less than 15 minutes the school responded to that person saying, and this guy that just ordinary Nigerian citizen when they leave America, just say, yo, I'm crying about this guy. They say, oh yeah, Colonel Buhari graduated from our school, War College in 1981 or 79 or something like that. Oh yeah, he graduated from our school and he has what is equivalent of a master's degree right now. So what I'm saying is, with the military is by far the most well-educated people in Nigeria. When you talk about our civil servants, that's one of the few occupations till today, and I think I talked about this in an old Africa Today show. It's one of the few careers that you can get into in Nigeria where to get to that next level you need to go and take another kind of training. So that's why I constantly hear about our soldiers. They'll be going to India for training, Pakistan for training, England or all them UK places, Scotland, or they're in America doing different courses. When they say, oh, you're promoted from captain, you become major. When you become major, you are now the head of this platoon. Because of that, you're in armory. You gotta learn armory stuff. They keep learning. You're in charge of a battalion now as a brigadier. They put you on a different level. General officer commanding something. You have to take another exam before you can progress. So they're well educated. They're very, very well educated. You know what we now do, which I believe is tribalism. We look at people because they have a accent, because person is Hausa, they have a strong Hausa accent. You know, my fellow Nigerians, I'm like, look at that malam, you don't even study anything, and that's a lie. That's a lie. If you hear how articulate these guys are, how they're able to put together their ideas, you understand that these guys are educated. Nobody can step out and say that Buhari is uneducated or is illiterate. That's foul for you to say that. That's irresponsible and disrespectful. I could even say that he's perhaps more articulate than Jonathan, and that's a fact. You know, but let me take it easy for the last time. I'm supporting APC. Now, you know, it's not hard for this internet gangster to be watching somebody's video and then just jump at conclusion and say because of this you're not supporting a specific party. Talking about APC and PDP. Yeah. I had an argument with somebody when I first moved to America in like 2001, 2002. And I was trying to explain to him that unlike America, where you can just sit down and say, I'm a Republican, I'm a staunch Republican, my father was a Republican, my mother was a Republican, my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, everybody has been voting Republican since day one, or I've been a Democrat, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I was trying to explain to him that in Nigeria, we don't have that. We look at the candidates and we say, I'm supporting this candidate. So it was very, and this I'm talking about 2001, when democracy was only like, what, 2 years old in Nigeria. The point I was trying to make was, we voted for the person. If you liked Abiola, you went and voted for Abiola. That didn't mean that when it came to the governor person that's running for governor in Lagos State, you now have to go and vote SDP because you're an SDP person. No, it was just like, I fuck with that person, I like that person, I'm voting for him. Boom. So we are just picking our candidates one by one based on who we like. So this year, if we like Abiola, next year, if another person come out for SDP, I don't like that person, I'm not going to vote for him. I'm going to vote for NRC. I'm going to vote for who I like. So we're going specifically. That's how our democracy was, maybe in its infancy. And I thought it was amazing. But now, over time, you know, there are people that are staunch PDP or APC or whatever. I think that mentality is still there. Because if you see how our politicians just keep jumping from party to party. 1 minute this person is in PDP, next time they're APC, next time they've run back to PDP, they've gone and joined their own thing, they're in AG, they're just jumping around because there is no affiliation, there's no, you know, if you look at the two parties, how are they different in terms of their mentality, how are they different in terms of what they are offering? At least here in America you can say, you know what, Republicans, they are very anti-abortion, they are all about fiscal conservative, you know, whereas Democrats, they're very focused on, like, you know, social welfare, you know, helping the poor, things like that. Republicans want you to come up on your own and do your own thing. You know, Democrats are saying, you can't do your own by yourself now, help them, help them. All that, there's a difference. But but in terms of politics, I challenge anybody to stand up and tell me what's the difference between where PDP stands and APC stands in terms of policy, in terms of foreign affairs, in terms of things along those lines. There's nothing. When you have debate, that's when people now stand up and come and start talking, of which there's no debate in this next election. I don't know whether you guys are noticing this thing now. They say election is February 14th, so I'm not saying one single debate between the two people that are competing. Last election we did debate. This election, no debate. Yeah, Nigeria, are we moving forward? Are we moving back? Food for thought. So there's really no difference. And it came to a head recently in Katsina State, where we had a situation where people that are running for PDP governor, PDP local government chairman, they were now putting themselves, PDP, the presidential candidate for PDP is good Lord Jonathan. They're now putting flyer or poster of themselves standing beside Buhari, saying vote for me. Which, to anybody else around the world, they'll be like, what the fuck, that doesn't make any sense. But to them, they didn't care. They're like, look, I'm affiliating myself with the guy who is running things, who's a big guy in this town. I don't want to now put myself standing beside Jonathan. People now be like, I don't want to vote for you, Jonathan guy. Can you imagine? But that goes back to what I was saying in terms of the affiliation. So APC came out and said, shut up, stop that nonsense, stop that brazen, I slap you, idiot. You can't do that no more. Press Control Delete, you know, Control Z, undo that right now. You cannot be putting that. And that tells you, to me, I'm looking at, that's two things. Number one, democracy has not really matured in the realest sense in Nigeria. And number two, nobody gives a fuck about party affiliation. To their own thing, their own mind, I just say, look, now yeah, they go, I want to get that office, and if it means I'm going to put Buhari picture beside me, I'm going to put Buhari picture beside me.
Question of the day. How mature would you say Nigeria's democracy is on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being least mature? Write down your number and also your reason in the comment section below.
Talking about the two parties, we're hearing the story that in Gombe State, you had a situation where APC supporters went and destroyed PDP people's vehicle and everything else. It says a retaliation for PDP people coming and burning APC people's things. And I'm just looking at them, like, you guys are absolute stupid animals. Stupid animals. You are brothers. Just because there's Jonathan and there's Buhari up there on the presidential level, you will now be inside your own state, burning each other's property. Something is wrong with you. If that's not stupidity of the highest level. But you know, we've seen this kind of stupidity before. Forget about politics. You'll be hearing right there in Nigeria, in Lagos there, you'll be hearing that Chelsea be playing against Man U. As the game is going on, their supporters start fighting. People now start chicken themselves bottle in Nigeria. They've never even been to Chelsea before. All they know is that Chelsea that they're buying for Oshodi, where they print their name, Bayo Omoba, number 4 Chelsea. And because of that, they are fighting. So I think it's the absolute level of stupidity. And the APC people are saying, well, why revenging the PDP people came and burned our own bus. I saw a picture recently of a Jonathan bus that was burnt. I think it was in Port Harcourt or somewhere like that. You know, and I'm like, why? To what end? Is it a bad thing when they finish with that? Is it a bad thing when they finish with that election? Maybe after the election, when I use that bus, they do downfall. Is it a bad thing when one person just kidnap that bus, they use that for what they do? It's ridiculous. It's just stupidity on the highest level, and it makes you start to wonder the level of ignorance. So if someone that's not even your family member, if you are willing to kill, to destroy for that person, you said, "Go open my car and say, man, Boko Haram, they are animals." You are the animal right there. Just because they don't tell you, say, okay, look, we're going to give you 20 naira, maybe you chop today. You don't become talk, you don't become tout, you can't stretch up, shut up chest, go they burn things. It's ridiculous. And those are the things that make us a third world country in the realest sense. I believe being third world is not only about your GDP or about how much, how many people are living under the poverty line in your country. It's also about common sense that's not being common. When you see a situation like that, it's ridiculous. You have countries like America and England, they're looking at you like, damn, really? They're killing each other. Election, that's interesting. It's ridiculous. But you will never see our leaders come out and speak against it. Can Jonathan come out and tell his people like, yo, calm the fuck down? Can Buhari come out and say, APC people, what are you doing? Dogs, everybody's carrying chest up. What kind of nonsense is that? It's ridiculous. It's crazy. They kid yourself at the end of the day. The election going, whoever on a vote enter, go enter, and they forget you. Or which police you even carry you enter Kirikiri yourself, so they can really forget you for them. When you go so Gary with cement for 2 weeks, you still go know why you doing what you're doing. Animal. Talking about wild animals, this was very surprising to me. NDLA, Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, they did like not even a survey. They brought out their end of year report, and basically they're pointing out the fact that out of all the states in Nigeria, one state had the highest drug use. Ladies and gentlemen, let me see if you guys can figure out which state that was. I'll give you 2 seconds, or maybe 3. Which state in Nigeria had the highest drug? Anything within your mind, write that for the comment section now. Quick! I'll count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kano State. You don't believe that one, did you? This is not Lagos, Abi. Kano State has the highest number of drug use. They say almost 30 to 40% of the population is using drugs. And I'm like, damn! What kind of, is it Panadol? Is it paracetamol? They say no. Is it Indian hemp? Because Nigerians are very quick to talk about Indian hemp as a drug, whereas it's just something that does make you feel good, confirm. But they say that no, it's actually Kano State. Kano State, they use all kinds of drugs. Of course, they use weed, and then it's cocaine is really high there, heroin is really high there. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And usual drugs that people know about. But then they can't go into to talk about some kind of drugs that they want to say why. Talking about codeine as cough medicine. People who drink that cough medicine and can't sit down like this. They isn't codeine very well, ephedrine, and I've never even heard of that. I mean, I've heard of it before, but I don't even know what kind of format it comes in. And then the one will drive me completely crazy now. Then they use horse stimulant. So the steroid when they pump enter inside horse. Now all those malo does they use either they drink out or they sugar inside their body when they can't ginger themselves. So why won't you people not be going crazy and not be killing Christians anyhow? Why won't you be behaving any kind of way when you're using horse stimulant? Imagine the name horse, Jackie. That's what you're injecting inside yourself. Something is wrong now. So I thought it was absolutely crazy. But then they pointed out the fact that Kano actually has a very, very high unemployment rate. They say it's actually like almost 2 out of 3 adults is unemployed. One of the main reasons was because when Sharia came in, a lot of the people who had businesses there were actually Christians who were non-Hausa, non-Muslim. And when Sharia came in, they were like, you know what, deuces, we're out of here. So when all the businesses come out, they just leave the Hausa people to themselves. And you can do your Sharia as much as you want to. And it ended up, creating a lot of like unemployment. So with that unemployment, what do people do? When they wake up in the morning, they just go and, organize their horse stimulant. And enjoy themselves. Imagine. Horse stimulant. At least drink a more bit. On a more positive note, we're getting the news that CAF has announced the African Footballer of the Year 4 times in a row, none other than Yaya Toure. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not an easy thing for you to do anything. I don't care if you're the one that climbed the most number of girls on your street. If you do that thing 4 years in a row, you're good at what you do. Confirm, Yaya Toure. And also, we're hearing the news coming from France that the French League has said none other than the #1 Nigerian keeper, Vincent Enyama Magnet, is the best keeper in the French league. Ladies and gentlemen, Boko. Can you imagine? This guy came from Israel League where he won the best player across the board. Not even best keeper, best player across the board. He won their league that they have in Israel, confirmed. Then he now came to France. He was the second goalkeeper, was the sub goalkeeper. You understand? He now came and took over. This guy went the highest number of minutes anybody has gone without being conceding goal in the French league. I don't know whether he took the number 1. But he went almost like 1,000 and something minutes. I think he actually made it to become the highest, has the record for the highest number of minutes you've gone without conceding a goal. Multiple games. Enya Magnet. See what happens when he has a correct defense with him. I believe that guy is the best goalkeeper Nigeria has ever seen. Of course, when you open your mouth, your parents want to jump up and down. So it'll be like Emmanuel Okala. Now we fuck about that name. We're talking about Enya Magnet, number 1. So Boko. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today. Appreciate you and die. Thank you so much for tuning into Africa Today's show. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, The Fox himself. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, The Fox himself. As I talk whenever I end this show, anything we know die in a when in doubt, suck that breast. When in doubt, suck that breast. Ginger. Man, I subscribe. Yes, father, confirm.